Hi guys. Just splicing on, just adding on. If anyone's interested in doing some of this stuff, so just showing you a couple things we're working on. Anyways, this is our house water meter, and that's where it comes up from the street and then ties into the meter. And now, if you're curious to know whether your house has some kind of a backflow preventer, a check valve, or pressure reducing, this would be the place to look for it. And that way there, you can determine whether or not you think you want to put an expansion tank on your water heater or not. Okay, just so happens our town installs a check valve, which means that it don't allow the pressure to come from the house or any water past this point into their meter or into their water line. So what that means is that we have a sealed system that doesn't allow for thermal expansion to occur past this point. So typically when you see one of these in the house, chances are your hot water tank could set off its pressure relief valve. If it gets above 150 psi in that tank, it will pop and start dripping and draining. So we need an expansion tank, so we're putting it on there because we have a check valve for the supply from the city. Alright guys, I'll splice this on so you can see the rest. Okay guys, so I guess the best place to check for the water pressure coming off this street is right near the meter if you can. So if you got like a hose bib outside to tie into and check, that's a good spot. We don't even have an outside hose bib at the house, so we got this sink they had put down in the basement, and it's right off the main line, so we're gonna get good pressure here. But anyways, it's just a pressure reading meter, and it just has a regular hose connecting to it. It just so happens this sink we hook a hose up to so we can mix thin sets and stuff. So yeah, the thing is I had to take the washer out to get it on, so it squirts slightly. But all you gotta do is check your pressure. You can see we're at 80 pounds of pressure here. Just under 80. So I mean that's the maximum what's supposed to be in the system. So just under 80. So that's what we're gonna set that expansion tank to. We're gonna set it at 80 pounds, and we're just like we were showing you. We just use the air compressor to pump it in there. Pump it in there like a basketball or like a car tire. Pump it up until you get your pressure where it belongs, and then that's it. Put the cap on, and it's ready to be installed. Alright guys, take it easy. Alright guys, just a couple videos showing what we're up to. We're just setting the pressure on our tanks to match our system. This one is for the hot water. That one is for the boiler. So we spliced a couple videos so you can see the whole picture. But this one here you set to the pressure of what's coming in off the street. So whatever the pressure is off the street, that's the pressure in your plumbing system, and that's what you want to set this to, because when the water heats in the tank, it expands back into the pipes and it starts at that pressure. So you want a cushion that's going to be able to handle the thermal expansion from the tank. Also, you want the correct size of the tank too. So we have an 80-gallon tank. We're going to set our water at 140, and we have 80 pounds pressure coming in off the street, and that leaves us with a 4.4 gallon tank, and that's what this ST12 is, and that's for the domestic water. And then this other one is pre-charged, and that one's pre-charged about 50 pounds. This one here is pre-charged at only 12 pounds. Typically the boiler systems run at 15, but we have a third floor. We want to get up there with some from some of our heating. We're going to pressurize our boiler to 20 pounds, and that's what fill valve is actually set at right now. So we just pressurize this to 20 and that to 80. All right, guys, just a quick one on that. And then we just work off a regular compressor, and we have our gauge. And you can double check with other gauges if you want, but it's no different than checking tire pressure for your car. And it's got the fill valve there. You just make sure you put your cap back on, put it on tight. And then this is actually an inspection cover, so you can see when it's rusty there, you know your bladder is broken. It's actually picking up the rust from the tank itself. And we'll share as we go as we install these. So this one just goes in normal, and this one has this new thing called a turbulator that actually flushes the bladder every time the hot water is used, so you're not having any stagnant water sitting in the bladder. Alright guys, that's it. I'll post this up, and we'll keep showing videos as we make more things. Take it easy, enjoy the weekend.